Hail, full of grace. In Hebrew, Shalom, Eshet Chen, peace, woman of grace. It comes through in Greek as Chere Kecharitomeni, rejoice, favored one. The Latin can't do it, so it comes round with Ave Gratia Plena. Greetings, hail, full of grace, because there's no verb for graced in Latin. What does it mean? It means that in her the chain was broken. She was not at all ever touched. What happened in this night when she was conceived probably escaped the attention of Lucifer. It's not clear how much he knew what was going on, but he would soon realize what actually was going on. The experts say that at the fall of Satan, he was asked, he was shown something in the future, and would he adore this? Not the woman, but the incarnate Son of God. But they say that he was given also to understand that a woman would be more glorious than he. He, remember, was the brightest of creatures, and he knew it. Bringer of light, Lucifer. Now, that's not as far removed from us as we think. Pride is at our door as well. The more we have, the more self-sufficient we are. The more then we own what we have, and different from the Virgin, do not deflect it. My soul magnifies the Lord. For he who is mighty has done great things for me or to me. She recognizes, and humility is false if it artificially doesn't recognize. And there's nothing worse than false humility. It's a subtle form of pride. I remember my novice master years ago telling me in one lecture, the whole lot of us, that are some who are proud of being humble. Fair. What happened on this night? The curse. That curse which made of Eden a place where they couldn't anymore have access, but as soon as they were out there, they had to do what they did there with joy and consolation. Now, St. Thomas Aquinas maintains that the gift of immortality which man had at the outset was like a vestment, a vêtement, a bit of clothing which was given to him, but was removed after this, what? Reproduction of the sin of Satan. He was there. And by the way, it's not indifferent that serpents are around again. Look into what happens in yoga. The Kundalini, the serpent power, what is at the base of the spine. Open yourself. Well, that serpent is the same one. At first, they tried, these New Age people, to get into Catholic lands and couldn't. Now they can and have succeeded. And when there's little faith, it's not nothing at all that's believed, but everything. So Old Nick now has very little resistance. About a century ago, he was obliged to talk. It is one huge sequence of exorcisms in Iowa. And for our good, things were allowed to come out from the mouth of the possessed. Who are you, Beelzebub? Why are you there? Why isn't Lucifer there? I am here by order of Lucifer. Does that mean you have to obey in hell? There's order down there. There's perfect order. On it goes, and he's obliged to betray himself and indicate how he works. Do you notice that they are obedient? There is a hierarchy in reverse. It acts as a well-disciplined army. Now, when we, therefore, are fast asleep spiritually, we're not on watch, we're easy prey. Just a little bit of sin. Take away also the means of grace, and old Nick knows exactly how to make it happen. Look around. What have we? A planet without grace. Not full of grace, but empty of grace. Do you think it's just by chance that in these last years, Our Lady, the Immaculate, has been more active than ever before on this planet? Dismiss it if you will, but I wouldn't advise you to, because you might also be falling into that trap of self-sufficiency and pride. I don't need these interventions, thank you. Okay, do it yourself. Old Nick also knows where the fullness of grace is on earth. It's the one true church. And don't let any ecumeniac tell you anything different. There can't be truth and bits of truth. Yes, bits of truth come from the truth, but either truth or non-truth. God does not have two languages and two truths. So what's he going to do? He'll attack the fount of grace. He succeeded between east and west through a quarrel between two bishops who happened to be big ones, Constantinople and Rome, 1054, but it stuck that way. He tried again and succeeded massively through a priest, Martin Luther, who was a brilliant man, but went away with a great chunk of Europe. No sacramental grace. Baptism accepted, but not really as it happens. He did the same in England, and he tried also in Ireland, the land of saints and scholars, so devoted to our Queen. But now he's trying harder, and he's succeeding among us, Catholics. Divide and conquer. Diabolos means to go between and split. Via volein. Look around. It's like the Far West. Shoot and hurt. This so-called holy blogging, it's a sophisticated, I say, Far West. And how many holy souls are in it, sending unpleasant, aggressive messages to each other, all for God, of course, but far away from the spirit of the Immaculate Virgin, who was favoured also in the human by peace and gentleness, which is far more effective in converting souls in depth. I ask for the Holy Spirit to help in this last bit because it's important. It's delicate, but it's something that I've got to out of duty. It's what Father Michael is concerned about. This is somewhat in-house, but I think you'll know why I've got to say it. The devil hates this parish with a perfect hate, because it is a bright light in Meath. You may or may not realize it, but Father Michael, the parish priest here, is one of the most holy and devoted priests we have. Don't upset him! Obey what he says! I beg you, don't think you're independent. We have to follow what he says. Otherwise, we'll face the consequences, and there'll be no more Latin Mass in this place. Understood? After Mass, we'll have benediction to consecrate ourselves to the Immaculate Heart, and with us the whole of Ireland, and in this pandemic also the whole of this planet, which right now is becoming very much devoid